I don't mean to brag, but my videos are enjoyed by well over 4 people worldwide.
Woke up this morning, got out of my bed, took a look around. This what I said. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, indeed. What's up, everybody, including Lottie Dottie? It's your boy, Retro, with you on tonight, hanging out with the family. What's going on, family? What's going on?
Hey, hey.
And you, young lady. Okay, you know what? Let me see here. Give me that mic right there. Yeah, let me see. You gonna talk tonight, Rivali? Oh, you are. Okay, well, let's do this then. Since you're gonna talk, all right. So we're gonna give you your own mic, young lady. How about that? So this is your mic. You talking to that mic right there.
I'm going to talk about my mom.
Oh, you're gonna talk about your mommy and daddy. So what are you gonna say about mommy and daddy?
I love them so much.
Oh. So, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, what's going on? Welcome to the What's Love program on tonight. We're going to be talking about the things that come from love, or I guess we could say the things that love can lead to. And so we'll get into we'll get into that here in a little bit. But as you can see, we have a special tag along guest. Maybe we call her tag along guest. What are we going to call you today? Huh?
Mom,
What are we going to call you today?
me,
Oh, Rivali Faith. So that's your name. Somebody said why she's not asleep. That looks like a parent comment. It just says Facebook user, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's probably your mama or your huh.
it's not
It is on.
So yeah, it's on. We can hear you.
Yeah, you gotta say
Yeah, we can
something.
hear you. All you got to do is just speak up, okay? So you said you love your mommy and daddy a lot. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay. Why you love mommy and daddy?
because my mom might take me to school
Uh huh.
and then take me to the park with Blaze.
Oh, and who's Blaze?
It's my Yaya doll.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, so your daddy said why you ain't sleeping.
Because I sleep a lot when my Gigi get me up. When I was asleep in the bathroom, I was tired.
Oh, you was tired. So you already rested. That's why you're not asleep. Okay. All right.
Sleep.
Okay. So Shelly,
Yes.
what are some of the things that first of all, did you say good night to everybody?
Say hello.
Oh, you did. Okay. So as you guys see, we are definitely late. We were supposed to be on much earlier. I got home late from a meeting that held. Well, the meeting didn't hold over, but we stopped and got something to eat after the meeting, and then I took the back way home, the back roads home on the way home, and it was just absolutely beautiful, and I was just enjoying the scenery and everything. So, and then we get here, and this pretty one is here, and so. We wasn't gonna be able to do a live without her. So we just said, well, we're gonna include her as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Um, if I'd have been thinking, I'd have played the clip because I had a clip when I tried to get her into podcasting when she was real little, and she just grabbed the mic and was just playing with it. Didn't say anything, but just playing with the mic. But now, she is well able to talk. Is that right, Valley Faith?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, goodness gracious. Yeah. Okay. So, we're talking about some of the things that love can lead to, and love can lead to a lot of things. Okay, the first thing that comes to my mind, Let me ask you, beautiful lady, what are some of the things that love can lead to? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear such a statement?
Me,
No, you're Gigi.
Love, laughter,
Okay.
marriage.
Okay. So love can lead to laughter. Love can lead to marriage. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that. First thing that came to my mind, or maybe the second thing, but anyway, was love can lead to forgiveness.
Um, that's like you just went
I just
straight
went straight.
into love. For me, like
Uh huh.
that's not really. I mean, forgiveness is in there, but it's not something that I automatically jump to because if I'm loving, I don't want so many things to be there for it to become like forgiveness to be in there. Because for me, I guess in my
Okay.
mind, forgiveness go to that you done something bad to
Okay.
ask for forgiveness. So
Okay.
think about love. I want to think about laughter, happy times, marriage.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that wasn't what came to my mind.
So not everything that needs forgiveness is necessarily a detrimental thing.
No, not necessarily, but it certainly isn't something that's pleasant either, right? If you
Um,
ask somebody for forgiveness, is it something that's going to be pleasure? Like, I don't know. To me, when I hear forgiveness, it's like something that I want pardon from.
hmm
So if I
Yeah,
want
I would
pardon,
agree. I would agree with that.
then obviously it wasn't the most joyous experience at
Okay.
that moment.
All right. Facebook, you said it can lead to romance, and I certainly agree to that as well. It can definitely lead to romance. And
Say hi.
the interesting thing about love is that I think most of the times people think because they have love or because they're in love that automatically means that there's romance. Do you agree with that?
Say it again.
Okay. When it comes to love, I think a lot of people think because they're in love and because they have love that it automatically equates to romance.
No, not necessarily, because some people can be in love, but they're in love with maybe the security that somebody bring them. That doesn't mean that they're romantically in love with them. They're in love with that security or that finance or you know whatever. But it doesn't mean like they have romance. It's a lot of people that's living together who's married and they don't have romance.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They have support, they have security, they have companionship. They could have everything, but if you are lacking romance, then if we're going to talk marriage, or we'll just leave it a little bit more broad, then your relationship is lacking. Would you agree to that?
I mean, I don't know if it's lacking, but I mean, because they say if it works for you, it works for you, right?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if it's to say it's lacking, because if it's working for them and that's all they need is security, then maybe the security of their relationship, that's their romance.
No, security is security. Security can't be romance.
You'd be surprised what people would do over or don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, what say ye, great people of social media land? The reason why I say if you don't have romance and your relationship is lacking is because a relationship without romance is not, you're leaving too much on the table, so to speak. Okay, you got a great job, so you're a great provider. You're a strong brother, so you excuse me, you're protecting. You do all those things, but you know that woman and that man, for that matter, needs to be wined and dined. They need to be their ego needs.
That's probably your perspective. That everybody probably don't need that. You can't go
Okay,
by what you
so
thinking that might be for someone else to
no, no,
say romance has to be that, the preeminence
I
of
didn't say the
that, or
preeminence.
even that people even need that in their life to say they have a healthy relationship.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what is romance?
I don't know. It can be a lot of things for everybody. For me, romance is for you to dine me and wine me, and for me to feel loved and important and
Okay,
all that stuff. That would be That's romance.
okay.
Now, when you do something nice for me and take me out for, a dinner and candlelight, that's romantic. But I mean,
Hold on now, hold on. That's pretty deep now. So you said, tell me again what romance is, because you said to take you out and wine you and dine you. That's romantic.
yeah, if you're taking me out to that's so romantic for you to, you
Okay.
taking me to a dinner and a nice, how romantic this is.
Uh
But that don't mean, somebody need that and consider that to be romance.
huh. good, good evening, Bernie. Thank you for joining this broadcast on tonight.
I'm out in the limb somewhere in the deep land floating. I don't know.
Okay, so Facebook user said romance is an attribute of love for sure. Romance is an attribute of love. So I guess we could say it's a byproduct of love. It's a result of love. It's a part of love. If we are talking about a fruit, if you take one sliver of the fruit away, is it still a fruit?
Absolutely.
But is it a full fruit?
No, it's not.
So it's not whole.
No, it's not.
So I think a relationship without romance is not whole. Because if Facebook user is correct, I would, okay, so it's an attribute.
Doesn't mean, well, your initial statement
Okay.
stated that can romance or something of that nature without romance or whatever.
I said a relationship without romance is lacking. And it's lacking because if romance is an attribute, it's lacking. It's not being operated in its fullness. Now, here's the thing, okay? And I think this is good.
Does that mean it can't survive?
No, I didn't say that.
Mean a person can't be happy?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking you.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, okay. Well. All right then. Okay. So,
if you have given some importance,
okay,
to your heart.
Romance for me is quality time. If you took time out for me on purpose, I'm good. Okay. So see that's romance. So as you said, what's romance to one is not romantic to someone else, and I can rock with that.
Bring me flowers every day. I think that is so romantic. And some people, for flowers, they could care less about flowers and be like, okay, shoot, whatever. Thanks.
Yeah. Which goes to another point, and I know I'm getting away from the other point that I was going to make, but
make your point though.
Okay. So all right then. So a relationship that does not have romance is lacking because you're not living up to your full potential of what you have. Okay, so here one may be, I don't need all that romantic stuff. Just pay my bills, And okay, so the bills are paid and you good. But just think about how much more you could have and get out of your relationship if you were to become acquainted with romance. Now here's the deal. Romance, let's just say that Lottie Dottie doesn't need all that touchy feely stuff, right? But I don't know. I'm trying to think of another like Lottie Dottie for a guy. But I don't know. Lottie Toddy. Lottie Dottie's mate. He does needs romance, right? And so you have to understand that in order to get the full, my opinion, in order to get the fullness out of a relationship, it takes all of the attributes to be operating.
I don't think so.
Okay, let's look at it like this. Let's look at it in terms of a car. You know a little bit about cars, don't you? A little something. So if you have a 4-cylinder vehicle, how many spark plugs does it call for?
4.
Okay, all right. So 4-cylinder vehicle, you need 4 spark plugs. Now that vehicle can drive even though one spark plug is not what?
Operating.
It's not operating. It's not firing. But it can. So if it's spark plug number 1 on the takeoff, it's going to be real rough, and it's going to be kind of slow. But once it catches above and starts getting over to spark plug number 2, 3, and 4, it's going to be good. But so the lower gears, you're going to have all the problems and this, that, and the other, and then finally it'll catch.
So the relationship is working. Even though
it's working,
and it's chicka.
This one here.
It's working though. You can't discredit what I'm trying to think just because you don't agree.
I see. It's not that I don't agree, but what I'm saying is just because it's working doesn't mean it's working to its optimal ability.
And I can agree with you 100% with
Uh
that,
huh.
but that doesn't mean it doesn't work for that person. It's still working. It may not be
You,
working
you're
for
not. You're
everybody
not. You're not
else,
hearing what I'm saying.
but it's still working.
I think romance and the five love language go hand in hand. If you know how to speak each other's love language, that translates to romance to both people in the relationship. Rashina, thank you, Rashina. And yeah, good answer there. Good answer. Okay, so it's working for us because we know how to. Okay, the clutch is gone, right? So you gotta. Is it the clutch? No, it's not the clutch. What is it? The starter, right? The starter is bad.
It's not bad.
Starter's bad, right? So how do we start that car? It's a stick shift.
Like, listen,
I'm about to see if you know about cars.
listen. If the start is bad, how you start it?
Yeah.
Put that thing in neutral and let it roll.
And then do what?
What you mean?
Because if you put it in neutral and let it roll, all it's doing is rolling. It ain't started yet.
They're gonna have to crank it up
The starter don't work.
oh,
You got to jump start, baby. You know that. You know you got to pop start it, jump start it. Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. So it with a standard shift, you can put it in. You can put it in neutral, let it roll, pop it in first gear, probably second gear be best. And then come depending on how fast it's rolling, and then you just let off the clutch and boom, and then the car start, right?
Right.
So it works every time, right? But here's the deal: you got to make sure you're parked on an incline. You know, you got to make sure certain conditions are right so that you can start it the wrong way. It's working, but it's not the way it was intended to work. So eventually, you got to replace the starter. Romance. Ooh, I feel this one here. Romance in a relationship is the starter. That was good right there. I brung that around. That was. I don't care what nobody say. That was good right there. So romance. That was good. You know that was good. Romance is what, baby?
Start.
Oh, good God from glory.
Need to start.
Okay. Okay.
And what I am saying is,
If somebody's good,
if somebody's good and romance. Listen, let's make this clear.
yeah.
Want romance?
Oh, come on now. I'm about to romance you as soon as we get off of here.
I'm saying romance isn't for me.
I know.
But I'm saying the broader picture of somebody
For
else,
some people,
that doesn't matter. They bill being paid. They
you
security XYZ. That's what makes their relationship work. What's happening?
wait to see. She said, I don't know about this conversation. This ain't my kind of conversation.
This is why we didn't talk about the other stuff.
Right. Because we yeah.
So it's keeping it PG.
So but here's the deal. Okay, so somebody in social media world, they said, man, I'm good. Our relationship works. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but would you not want it to work? In other words, if I get scripture, he said, I came that you might have life and life more abundantly.
Much more. You wanted more. You want to try more. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
But I think sometimes a lot of people is scared to want.
There you go. That's the word right there. They're scared.
They never had experienced that.
Mhm.
So to put their expectation on the level that they gonna add in romance or the extraness, they just settle for whatever that, you know what I'm saying, they're used to or know that works for them versus venture out and saying, hey, I need more because I'm here or
I couldn't agree with you more, babe. I think a lot of people have come to a place in life where they would rather deal with the demons they know than to believe God for the miracles that yet not seen. And that is, in the words of Mike Tyson, that's ludicrous. You don't think so? Yeah, it's crazy.
Fear and scared and the unknown is there that people just be like, okay, I will just settle for this because this is what I know, this works for me, and if I put my expectation to anything higher than what I know, I don't want to be disappointed. So why shoot for the star when I can just stay here and just shoot the breeze and it's fine and it's worked for me.
I agree. I really do. I do agree indeed. For some people, paying a bill is romantic.
It's true.
I don't see how that's romantic. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, man. I don't know. I don't know how that is romantic at all. She gone. She all the way gone. Okay, so for some people, okay, paying bills is romantic, and I don't believe that.
If you never have security and you finally find someone that it's fully secure, you're fully secure with, and they're paying your bills, and you don't have that one less thing to worry about that you happen to worry about all your life.
Let me see something
I don't
here.
know. It could be.
Let's see. Okay, so paying bills, is that love?
Love me enough to take care of your responsibility.
Okay, so I love you enough to take care of your responsibilities. But paying the bill, in my opinion, is not love. It might be a display of love or a result of love because I pay your bills because I love you.
Okay, so what is love? What is romance for you? In your eyes, to say that is romance.
I think romance is something that excites the other. Well, if that's the case, paying bills might be able to fit it. Um, I don't know. I think romance is more along the lines of something love and borderline sexual almost. Romance. It stirs you down in your shanana and makes something.
When I think about romance, I don't think. I mean, it can lead to sexual, but I don't think it's
It doesn't
intent.
have to be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be
No,
sex,
no.
and it doesn't even have to be. Okay, I'm doing this, so now I got to get some sex. That can ruin a romantic encounter.
Right.
You know, um, but I think romance should spark. And set up for those things.
Let them to them that you love them and secure them. That's right.
Okay, okay. But what about this? Because I'm a provider, I paid the bills and I've supplied this, that, and the other, and that's all I got to do. That's why I think we have to be careful. When I say we, I mean couples in general, people in general, because sometimes we will allow a certain ideology, a certain pattern to persist because of the definition that we put on things. I just need a man that's gonna provide for me, and so now you got a man that's gonna go to work 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, pay all your
To be able
bills.
to see him and have that.
There you go. And then when you do
Yeah,
see him,
yeah. It's a trade off. I think a lot of these things is a trade off in your relationship, marriage, or whatever it may be. Because if you're demanding your husband or wife to say, I need you to do this amount of hours because we need this, then you
Mhm.
have to take the trade off to know that, okay, you want me at work, you want me to be paying this, or you want me to go buy this house, or you want me to do whatever. That means I'm gonna have to work more. That means I won't be there for the soccer games. I won't be there for the dance recital. I'm gonna miss this, that, and that. So it's a lot of trade off when it comes on to different things that
Let,
people,
let's talk about
want.
the trade-off for a little bit then. Keith said love's definition is different for every individual. Same thing with romance. And Keith, I agree with you on that. I really do. I absolutely agree. My only thing that I'm saying is that I define it as such and such, and I'm good with it. But just because I define it as such and I'm good with it, does that mean that I'm maximizing my potential, or in other words, what if we could get so much more out of our relationship and out of each other? You know what I mean? If we learn to open the door for romance, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that one can't be satisfied or even content with just their bills being paid, so on and so forth. Uh-oh, Taj is in the building. Watch out now. Let me see what Tajiana got to say. Love comes in different forms, just as romance. Yep, and that is true. It does. It does. I think still, if we're talking about it comes from different forms and things like, and I do agree with that. So suppose your partner only knows how to love a certain way because that's the only way they've ever seen love.
Well,
You
then it's your responsibility, not responsibility, but this is your job. If you desire them to love you a different way, to show them how to love you in a different way.
When we met, everybody knows our story. We was young, 15 years old. And when we met, we both brought something to the table. You helped me love in a way that I didn't know how to love, and I like to believe vice versa. You know, and so as a
And how did I help you? And how did you help me? For me, it's the display of what I was not in your sense towards me. Is a display that I've never encountered or know to show more so affection and so on. Okay, knew I was loved as far as family wise, all that, but
Mhm.
the display of love was different. My
Yeah.
display of love for my from my family at that present moment was I would get stuff, stuff like that. But it was more to that for me that I wanted love, and you showing me the affection of love,
Mhm.
showing me a different way of how to love.
Let's see here. Hold that thought. The romance comes once you learn your partner's different love languages. And yep. That's true. That's true. And it's important. Now, the thing with love languages is, since we're gonna use language, okay, we speak a certain way because of the because of where we were raised. Depending if you come from the country, you might just talk real country, but then you get a certain job or whatever, and it requires you to be able to articulate a little differently. Newscasters, when you listen to news broadcasters, they usually all sound the same in a sense because when they go to school for it, they're taught to remove their accents, if you will. And so as it relates to that's good, Rage. I believe they meant Taj. I think that's a typo. Um, Romance is sacrificing my wants to please and give to your loved one the things they want, and vice versa. Okay, I can rock with that.
Yep,
And again, it's different definitions. Yeah, different
definitions for
definitions.
everyone.
But my point is, as it relates to love languages, do you guys think that love languages can change? And I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna say
and I'm going to get your reason here in just a second. But the reason I say yes is because, again, sometimes you learn that all the slang is not necessary, and you. In other words, many of you don't look at me with that tone of voice. You go to words and it's yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and you speak proper, and it's not that you're trying to be white or this that or the other, but where you are, it calls for you to speak a certain way, and so but then when you get home, you at the family reunion, you're not. It's going to be a little bit different,
right.
And so I think that to be effective in certain things, our language must change from time to time, and I believe when it comes to our love languages. So again, we're raised a certain way, and we're used to what's it, familial love, which is the love from family. But then what's the word for romantic love? It's I think there's a certain term for it, but nevertheless, you got your family love, and then you got your your romantic love, or your romance love, or whatever, love between a husband and a wife type of love. And so now you begin to experience love on a whole nother level. You know what I mean? And so we go back to us. I began to show you love in a way that, not that you weren't loved,
Right.
but I showed you love in a way that no one else had. Oh, come on, did I lay it on you, baby? I did that. Yeah, okay. And so now, as a result, you learn that I do desire this. This does it for me. You see, and let's just say you have a mate who's all about touch, and that's one of my languages. I love that aspect of it. Let's see here, absolutely, because people change and grow. Okay, so
Change.
yeah, change and grow. Good deal, good deal. Did I miss some more? Okay, I like this one here. I have missed a few answers here. I'm not even gonna worry about staying on track now because I want to make sure I get these comments here. Some people don't just care about. Some people just don't care about
All
all
the
the things that can make lewd wonderful in or
in
maybe
bed.
love wonderful in the bedroom. They don't feel romance is needed because they're paying the bills and providing everything. Some men haven't been taught romance. Ooh, man, yeah, that's
And it's
it's
true.
true.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah, it's true. And I think we as men, we have to be careful that we don't slip into that place where it's all about the boom boom room. Yeah.
You should love me. You should be doing it.
But here's the thing. The minute you say I do, that becomes your responsibility anyway. So it's almost like wanting to be rewarded for something that you're supposed to do anyway. And of course, everyone wants to be
And
appreciated.
that's what I just want to say. It's one of
Mhm.
the things that okay, you're supposed to be doing, but then the appreciation of you doing it, because even though some men know they're supposed to be doing that, doesn't mean that they are doing it. So then you can get into that aspect of it. But
Okay.
your love language, it does change as you grow, as you mature, as you get older or what have you. You realize that once just touched alone is not doing it, or just you know acts of service doesn't do it, or what have you.
Is that romantic?
Not right now.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, baby. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so as you grow, it does change. It changes, and
It does.
you be like, okay, what I didn't need is, oh gosh, I need that now.
Love languages come into play expressing what make you feel loved or love. Setting those expectations and communicating will definitely help set your relationship expectations. You gotta communicate, man. You gotta communicate, and I think a lot of times when it comes to love, whether it be romantic love or just we do take things for granted, and we just think things are a certain way. When in all actuality, we need to have conversations with our spouses, because you might think you doing the doggone thing, and in all actuality, you really ain't. And let's see here. Okay, so yes, people grow and change, or people absolutely, because people change and grow, and growth is necessary. We should be growing. We should be growing. It can change, and you can have more than one love language. Yes, I agree. I agree with that, indeed. We were supposed to be talking about the things that love can lead to, and but we ended up somewhere else, which is still good conversation. Yeah,
It's gonna be to
yeah.
change and growth and different love languages.
So, did we come to the conclusion that romance is important, or did we?
It is important, but
Okay.
it's important to who wants it to be important.
How about this?
That's the way I put it.
How about this? Because some people prioritize the different aspects of love and relationship. So, if I had to have no romance yet have security, give me security, and you can put the romance in the freezer. And then some people may say, "Look here, I'd rather struggle, but make sure you romance me." What's that song? Oh, wait, anyway. So different people prioritize, but regardless of how you prioritize the different aspects of love, they're still all needed. I mean, now because we're talking about romance, romance may not be high on the list, but you still need it every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, if you don't have it, then an ingredient is missing, and if an ingredient is missing, it's not the product you're trying to make, because it doesn't have all the ingredients. There are people who can go out and literally mimic your formula and just leave out one ingredient, and they could legally call it theirs. So if we don't have all the ingredients, then we don't have the product that we say we're setting out to create or to make or what have you. Bernie says romance goes beyond paying bills and being intimate. It is the act of showing appreciation and affection, closeness to the special one. I can agree with that. I certainly can. It's definitely
Simple as you went out to eat with the friends, wife is home, and you decide to say, I'm just gonna simply order her something that I know she would like and bring it home. To me, that's romantic.
okay. So now we get back to what you said earlier: romance and romantic.
Yeah.
So that's romantic, but it's not romance.
I mean, it's romantic because it's sweet. It's like
It's thoughtful. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. So
and it might be romantic, but it's still romance though in some sense, because with that being sweet and you were thoughtful may lead to something else, because now you be like, oh, wow,
watch out now, Sookie. Open up the boom boom room.
But,
Okay. I don't know who. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish.
I'm done, but that's my thought on that.
I don't know who the Facebook user is, but this is the comment of the night.
Balance is required for health.
Balance is required for a healthy marriage. Let's make some noise for that comment right there. Yeah, yeah. Balance that's the key. So even if I say, look here, man, I don't need all that romantic stuff. Now, for me, I don't need all of that, but I got to be considerate of my spouse because maybe they're lacking. And you say, well, oh, Pedo, what's going on, Pedo? No wonder it was such a good comment. Pedo's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, yeah. Balance is not only necessary, but balance is key. Balance is not only key, but balance is everything. I mean,
Let's go back.
okay, let's go back.
What it did for you? Not only did I think, well, we're not getting deep like that.
Okay.
Cheese into it.
We got to shut this. And grandbaby sleep too. We got to shut this down. We'll see y'all later. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Beth.
The time when it was your birthday, 45th birthday.
Oh, come on, man. Don't do me like that, man.
And because I knew how your birthday were for you, you didn't have the greatest birthdays. It just seemed like something always go left on your birthday. And I purpose in my mind that I wanted your birthday to, in other words, break the curse or whatever it was, but still make you feel special.
Mm-hmm.
Was that romantic for you, or was that just a special moment that you truly appreciated?
It was very romantic, but I think it goes back. I don't think it was necessarily romance, but it was very romantic. It was so much more than just that, though. I mean, that it was powerful. I mean, it was thoughtful. It was effective. It was on time. It was man. For those of you who do not know, growing up, I literally can remember having one birthday party, and it was shared with my cousin. We share the same birthday party, Michael Smith Jr. And so we had that birthday party. It was actually it was over at my aunt's house, and this is no not to bash my parents or anything. Because as I got older, of course, I understood. It's Christmas time where she got little gifts in the house, and where we lived at, she just, she's like, ain't nobody, she didn't want people coming over, seeing gifts underneath the tree, mess around, come back, and we'd be robbed and all this, that, and stuff. Trust me, it happened, folks. It happens. And so growing up, it was not. I didn't get birthday parties. It was too close to Christmas. I very seldomly, if ever, got birthday gifts because I was too close to Christmas. Now, every now and then, my mother would let me open up a Christmas gift early for my birthday. She, something like that. And, but, coming up, my birthdays were always a struggle. They were always, not stressful, but depressing. And I think as I got older, it just kind of set in more because, see, a lot of times things happen to us in our younger years that affect us, that follow us and affect us, and you don't even realize what is going on. Why is this playing out the way it's playing out? Until you really look in and realize this stems from such and so on, And so my birthday, my mother-in-law, she threw me a birthday, but by that time I was already old, grown at pretty much. But anyway, my birthdays were really, I would always borderline slip into depression. It was just, it was rough.
Do you feel just doing that particular birthday for you, did it break, or did you know that you needed it, or was it like you said it was romantic,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you don't consider it as it was romance.
See, something that's romantic is the thought, and romance is the action. So even though what you did had action attached to it, it was the thought.
Gotcha.
But romance is the physical action. And that's why I say it was romantic, but not necessarily romance. But it was great, and I do think it was effective because it broke. And after that, we said that was 45. So, there's been 3 since then, and my birthday's just hit a little different now. It's just, It is what it is. And I think that sometimes, as it relates to, and I'm sorry, good evening to Brother Maxwell and his lovely wife. They're watching. The Maxwells, they're watching with us. Let's make some noise for them. Maxwell says, "Hey, he says, hey, Retro Man, because I went down to Greenville, and he says, man, I'm gonna meet you there." I said, all right, cool. So he hopped on his bike, man, rode like 2.5 hours. We got to hang out a little bit on yesterday and everything, and then we both had about 2.5 hours to ride to get back home. So shout out to Maxwell, aka Two Willing It. Thank you, sir, for that, man.
Thank you.
Amen. And we're gonna have them on the podcast here soon. So stay tuned for that. We'll have him and his wife. But yeah, so romance and being romantic and then romance, or something that's romantic and then romance, um, can be, what's the word I'm looking for? They can be different, but yet still attached, if you will. But yeah, babe, that was great. You know, so thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm not gonna cry, y'all. I'm holding it together. I'm holding it together, y'all. I'm holding it together. Um, so let's get back on track here because that was kind of, yeah, yeah. Where we at?
So then now they said romance, you can grow, right? You grow and you see that romance or relationship or what have you grow as time. Love languages. That's what they say.
Hmm.
Love language. I'm tired.
Okay, so romance. Okay, in your teens and in your 20s, romance can be you showing that thong. It could be you, and please just work with me, guys. It could be you, showing the cleavage, but as you get older, what's romantic to you is just a walk in the park. Spending that time, with your partner,
The couch,
cuddling up on the couch.
the
Yeah,
partner.
and for me, shoot, I don't even got to. I know you like restaurants and things like that a whole lot more than I do. But for me, and I can be right on, but then that's not fair. Because for me, I can chill on the couch and just watch a movie or something and be good. But again, going back to what Pedal said, balance. So, at some point, I've got to say, even though I don't want to, even though I would rather not, but I know you would love it. I know you would enjoy it. So, and I don't be like, I'm only doing this because you want to do it, but you just don't even do it. Yeah,
No, no,
yeah,
no, no.
yeah, 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 yeah. So, there's that part. So let's see here. Romance stimulates the mind. Romance. Woo. Facebook user, identify yourself. Is that pedal again? Romantic stimulates the mind. Romance stimulates the body. That's good. That's good. But they must go hand in hand in some cases because in order for the body to properly be stimulated, sometimes you got to stimulate the mind. And so you got to call her when she's at work and say something so provocative that she, oh Lord, and just throw her whole day off and okay, yeah, yeah, pedal. The weightiness of that statement identified you, but I just want to be sure. Um, and so in other words, you got to get in her mind, got to say some nice things and you know and build up to it, a little suspense and everything. So you are being romantic for the romance. Yeah, yeah. And of course that was something that I think we all, well, I guess I can't speak for everybody, but
Speak
but
for
but I
yourself.
had to learn that um because it's different. Okay, spitting game and romance are not the same thing, and so again, sometimes you have to intentionally do and say some things uh in order to stimulate the mind of your spouse, and sometimes that talk is, hey baby, how you feeling? I'm getting ready to go do the dishes, baby. Am I right? I,
It's the same.
yeah, hey baby, I'm getting ready to go do that addition on the room, baby. Yeah. And so I got to try to speak her language. Hey baby, I cleared out the dishwasher, baby. You ain't got to. I got that, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, I tell you. Where was we at, man? So yeah, so the romantic and then the romance. Spit in the huh?
Fit
Wait.
in game
Oh,
and
okay. Spitting game and
romance.
romance. I have to say, yeah, it's not. I can say just, hey, baby, you look good, man. What part of heaven you fell from? Or some crazy stuff like that. And boy, please, so that's not necessarily romance, because she might say, that's what you tell all the girls. So not you. You never said that to me. You probably thought it a few times. Did you? No, no, maybe so. No. No,
I
okay.
don't think you spit game like that. Whatever. I
Well,
mean,
hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, you mean that I didn't spit no game? So how did this happen then?
I think you spit game for me to be like, oh, fiberglass it like what?
Girl, I had you floating on your tippy toes.
That wasn't the game,
Don't play me like that, girl, because I spat game.
man. It wasn't you spitting game. I'm
Y'all,
telling you.
y'all hear this mess? I'm just done. Oh my goodness. Uh, oh Lord. Okay, so what was it then? Now what was it then? Because I'm a gigolo. What's the song called? No. I thought so what did I do then? How did I get you?
We met for you to say that you was spitting game. We met at
We-
at a club? Not even at
Nah,
a
we met at school at Burger King.
nah. Well, the first initial meet,
That
I
was the
was like,
introduction at Burger King, so that's where we met.
Philip was like, hey, this. I was like, who that? Philip was like, oh, that's my boy Sheldon. Sheldon, this Shelly. Oh, hey, how you doing? Not even hey, like, yeah, okay. And kept it pushing. Like, what game did you spit?
Girl, okay, so what was it then? So I guess it was the shoes, like I said then.
Must have been the
It was the
shoes.
swag. So see,
It's the swag. So
the
you're
swag.
saying
I'm
that.
still spitting game. My swag speaks.
So don't say it's like you said, oh, what part of heaven, all that. No, it was more so the
Okay, so
seeing you, how you dress, how you carry yourself
okay,
was attractive, and that was the game. It wasn't what you was saying.
so swag can be considered spitting game too. No, yes, no. Y'all help us out. Does that consider?
The game too long.
It's been a long time, man. Like I said, now I'm like, baby, I'm about to go through them dishes. So I'm a spitting game. I'll be, yeah. But I thought, nah. You
Talking game here more that would since we've been married than when
no, because we would be on the phone. You go to,
we
you
was
hang up.
just
No, you hang
talking.
up first. No, we talk.
Different things. It wasn't you're so beautiful. It was just us having conversation like
Well,
from
you know what?
A to Z, bro.
You know what, man? That's real talk though.
It wasn't nothing like that. It was just us talking. How's your mom? How did it this? Da 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 da. It was
Yeah.
just everyday life thing we talked about that just got us
Yeah.
knowing each other and loving each other.
So is it? Well, I don't know if I should say. Is it fair to say? And you guys can chime in and help us out. If you spitting game, is that foundational stuff that you can build on, or is it the real life stuff that you discussed, the real conversations that you had, like you said we did? Because we did. We used to have some serious conversations. We talked about everything and everything in between, and out the gate, you know.
I
Yeah.
talked
Yeah.
then. It was just like, okay.
y-
And it wasn't a spit in the game, babe. It was just talking about real
Your
life.
approach and how you carry yourself is the game changer.
So then it was one of those things for me. It's just the way how you carried yourself. I was like, okay then. Okay, pretty fresh.
Facebook user said, I remember day talking on the phone for hours. I absolutely remember falling asleep on the phone, waking back up like, "Are you there? You there? Yeah, I'm here," and all that stuff.
Nice.
No, I ain't sleep. I ain't sleep, and then fall right back to sleep. Uh, uh, real talk, man. Them was the good old days. Helps build that foundation, and yeah.
That's why we're able to talk about everything and anything because we had already built that foundation
Well,
from the beginning.
you know what I was gonna get ready to say though. To be honest with you, we did so much talking at the time where it was necessary and where it was, you know, to where now we don't have to talk as much, not in terms of conversate, but we can look at each other and already know what we're thinking, you know, and so you know, things like that are
It's
it's
important.
important. It is indeed. Um, so it's not always about spitting game, brothers. Sometimes you just got to have your swag game up. You got to, you know, yeah, make it do what it do. Um, but I think for us when we met, um, I was a very adventurous guy. I was very outgoing guy in terms of, you know, dreaming, and I would always dream big, and my dreams were always bigger than my ability, but it didn't stop me from going after them. And then I find this one, I meet this one, and I'm telling her, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do such and such, and get ready to do such and such, and she's like, oh, for real? What time you gonna get started? When you? And I was like, oh, you believe me? Okay. And, it's not that you believe me, but you were always there willing to support. You never questioned, well, that's stupid, that don't make sense. It was almost as if, well, if you say it can be done, then it can be done.
Yeah, show me that it
Yeah,
can be
yeah,
done.
yeah. And that brought about another level of confidence and another level of strength and power, which is why we have to be careful, because some women tear down their homes. The Bible talks about a virtuous woman builds her home. And so even though you may not have the confidence that he's going to get it done, doesn't mean you can't believe in him, you know. And sometimes it's not about getting it done, it's about you believing in him and him knowing that you believe in him. And he might not make it the first time, but the second or the third time he might knock it out the park. So you know, it's important that we believe in each other and things like that. So yeah, so because there's gonna come a time where you look at here. I can't do what I used to do back in the day. You know, and I'm not even talking about just from a physical aspect. You know, but a lot of things that I did as a younger entrepreneur was some would consider reckless faith. You know, and but then when you get a family and kids, you got to be a little bit more calculated. You got more. Uh, more invested, more to lose and things of that nature. You know, when we were young and dating, you know, I ain't have nothing to lose. I was going for the gusto, you know, and you know, but as you get older, you know, you yeah, you can't afford to have certain
There's too many
too
moving.
many, yeah, you know. But anyway, the things that come from love. So we had started out talking about laughter and joy, and then I said forgiveness, which was like, oh, wait a minute, forgiveness. You know, out the gate,
Yeah,
we already.
does comes with love, but I'm just saying, for me,
Hmm.
initially what I said, that's not the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about love,
So
because I don't want to think about,
right,
because if you're talking about forgiveness, you're thinking about something that could
transgression
be
or
something
yeah.
might have happened or something
Hmm.
unpleasant that wasn't, so now I'm asking you pardon for it.
So here's the problem with well, I shouldn't say the problem, but here's the thing to understand, brothers and sisters. Um, okay, for us, for instance, one thing we talked about very briefly, and the reason why we talked about briefly because we were on the same page. And when you're on the same page, you don't got to talk about it all night. And that was divorce wasn't going to be an option. We didn't get married saying, you know, this is the get out of jail free card, or this is the, you know, in case of emergency break glass. You know, it wasn't an option. You know, and just because it wasn't an option doesn't mean that, you know, she didn't think about it. I'd be a fool to sit here and say that she never thought about it. You know, I'm sure it crossed her mind because we haven't always been on easy street. But here's the deal when as it relates to thoughts, you can't stop the birds from flying over to your head, but you can prevent them from building a nest there. So there are some things that will come to your mind that you know you don't want to do and you shouldn't do, and so you can control that. You can't control them from coming, but you can control whether or not they build substance in your space. Um, but anyway, that wasn't an option for us, and so we worked through things. And what I was going to say is this: if you don't understand that in your relationship, there's going to come a time where forgiveness will be needed, then when it's time to display it, it's going to be more difficult. So I think you ought to take that pill right now and realize that there will come a time where forgiveness will be necessary. And I don't care how good your relationship is, I don't care how saved and sanctimonious you is, there will come a time where forgiveness will be necessary. And if it's foreign to you now, it's going to be difficult for you when it's needed. That's all I'm simply saying. So love uh, brings about forgiveness. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And so love is it's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing. Now, forgiving your spouse or your loved one is not always dealing with things that are so bad and detrimental. Um, Sometimes it's something that they do to their self, and you don't forgive them for it, and that can make things difficult. We got to be quick to forgive. We got to be quick to forgive. So, um, but this little precious one right here, this is another thing, another result of love. And my goodness, these grandbabies, they hit different, y'all. Oh my goodness, the love. Now I love my children. I love my son and my daughter, and they were both on here. I think they may still be on here. And so Tajana, we love you. Shaquan, we love you so much. And I mean, I really do, and it's not that I love my grandbaby more than I love my children. I'm just simply saying that it's a different love for the grandchild. And one of the reasons is simply this: the grandchild is the grandparents' opportunity to fix some flaws that they had while raising their children. We don't have the manual to raising kids. Okay, folks, we don't have the manual. And so with my daughter and with my son, in retrospect, I would do a few things differently. And I don't feel I was a bad parent, but sometimes we were harder than we to be. And so the grands, they get that pass, and so does that make any sense? A grandchild can never take the place of the love that a parent has for their child, but it does give the grandparent, an opportunity to display French fry. Come on, somebody. I ain't got but one French fry, you hear me? And nobody else can take the place of my French fry. And so my daughter, when she was little, about 2 years old, got a little gum. No, she had two little rice grain up in there.
So no, just gums. She got.
How old was she when she was?
She had to been.
But she loved some French fries. She McDonald's. And so we would go to McDonald's and we get her some fries. And but she was so spoiled that she wanted you to take and squeeze the soft part of the French fry out so she could eat that. And here we are squeezing out the soft part of the French fries so she could eat that. And she just loved French fries. So she was affectionately called French fry, my little French fry. Loved her some McDonald's. And we still got that picture too. She's sitting there. She's just as happy at McDonald's sitting there. We was at the McDonald's on Boston Road in Springfield. And I want to say TJ was with us. Yeah, TJ was with us at Shaquan, the three of them. And yeah, my little French fry. Okay, so it's a beautiful thing though, man. And so yeah, grandkids can come out of love. And to watch your children raise their children is a privilege. To see some of the traits and attributes that they took from you, and to see them using them. And the part that gets me is, you try to raise your kids and you wonder, are they getting it? Did they get it? Do they understand it? And then to see them reiterate it to their children and to their, loved ones and things like that, it just really warms your heart. It really does indeed. So, yeah. So I'm going to, I done said enough. This was an interesting show today. Yeah, it was. It was. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in here on What's Love. We ask that you guys, if you haven't already gone over to the YouTube channel, do so. Both channels, if you will, the Retro Philosophy Show as well as Sheldon and Shelly. I still haven't figured out how to change it to What's Love. So I mean, and then of course the Facebook group. Please continue to share your wedding anniversaries and pictures and things of that nature. Just go ahead and just get active in the group and just post up and stuff like that. and share it as well with any of your other friends and families that you know who are wondering from time to time what's love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, anything you want to leave with these wonderful people who have been watching?
You said something about being in the same on the same page.
Okay.
And my question is, or my advice is, it's good being on the same page. But when we're dealing with love, not only do we need to be on the same page, but let's try to make sure we're in the same book.
That's the So we gotta not only be on the same page, but we gotta be in the same book.
Same book.
Wow.
Be on the same page. I'm on page 23, but in a whole different book, even though
Or in the same book and on different pages. Yeah.
So just make sure we just be in the same.
Facebook user wedding anniversary 421 established 1990. Who we got there? Wedding anniversary 421. See if you can see it on your phone, babe.
Oh, okay. Maxwell, sister.
Oh,
Maxwell.
okay. So that's beautiful. Yeah. 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 Happy anniversary in advance, man. And so by all means, make sure you go ahead and post that up in the group. And I want to see some before and after pictures too. If any of you guys got some of your, your early pictures, and then your now pictures, that'd be cool too. I came across some of ours. I posted it on my story. Yeah, we was back at the Cornerstone. The Cornerstone, Page Boulevard. He couldn't tell us nothing. We thought we was grown. Our swag was just, we was getting, man.
Different. It's a different.
We was doing some grown folk stuff though. Yeah, we a whole nother, some straight movie stuff for real. But God. See, he knew what he had in store, so he said, let me let these little young folk get this out of their system now, so I can prep them and prepare them and position them for even greater, So, that's all I got. To be continued.
Maybe we'll pick it up when Faith not here.
Yeah, so we can really dig in, because that kind of conversation, and see, you get ready to get me started all over again. We'll deal with it on that show, because sometimes people can be locked into stuff because they were exposed to it too soon, and not necessarily the action of it, but the conversation of it. Because your eyes and your ears are the gateway to your soul. And so we got to protect our little ones, guys. We can't be having certain conversations in their presence before they're mature enough to, eat the fish and spit out the bones. So, yeah. Yeah. So I am tired, and there was something on the stove that looked good. I came home. My wife said, "I've been in this kitchen all day." So I'm gonna wash them dishes tonight, boy. I'm gonna wash them dishes, man. Ooh, Lord, I'm gonna wash them dishes, man. I'm gonna use that Paul Mahler. What is it called? Dawn. I'm gonna use Dawn, because it's strong enough to get the oil out of the little ducklings. So I'm a baby. I got you covered, baby. I'm gonna use that Dawn, and I'm gonna use that Mr. Eraser Clean, girl. And then when I'm doing the dishes, I'm gonna wipe the sink down, and I'm gonna make sure it's shine. Girl, I got you covered, baby.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna romance you, girl. Woo! And then I'm gonna pop the towel after I get done. Woo, girl. It's on and popping. The super degreaser. Yeah, I'm gonna use the super degreaser. Yes, Lord. But on the real, man, we are out of here, man. We got any announcement? What we got coming up? Nothing good. Nothing.
Beauty brunch is coming up.
Beauty brunch. September 7th. Talk about it now. Talk about it. Yeah, you gotta
be a part of the beauty brunch, ladies. Registration is open on Eventbrite, so go ahead and register. Not only register, but buy your ticket while it is still available, because I'm sure it's going to sell out pretty fast. So
because it sold out last time, didn't it? Yeah, it sold out last time. Max capacity.
Yes, so
and that is a beautiful thing.
Brunch 2024.
Let me see. You know what? We're gonna have to do a commercial. That way I can run it on the Retro Philosophy Show every day, and so we can really promote the thing, man. What's the importance of the beauty brunch, and what can they expect to get out of it by going? For someone who may not know what it's all about.
A sisterhood where you could come in at a safe place where you can, just release whatever, join in with somebody to, to get released from anything that they may be facing or dealing with. But it's a safe place. It's a safe place, and spiritual enlightenment and all that good stuff. So I would highly recommend you get your ticket and come and, yeah, hear what thus saith the Lord, and fellowship with your sisters.
All right, so this here is the it's Saturday, September the 7th, 2024. Location to be announced. Tickets are sold on Eventbrite. And man, when I tell you these sisters, they be going in. My goodness, man. They be yo, it's yeah. And why is it, or is it just me, but why is it that it seems like the women can get together much easier than the brothers, or is that a misconception?
It's a misconception because no one has ever tried, right? But basically, to kind of see if that is able to happen, or I think it's more so a man thinking, I ain't trying to be there with a bunch of men. Maybe that's a
I don't know.
mentality of the brothers.
I don't know,
I don't
baby.
be nowhere with a bunch of men.
Yeah.
So maybe that has a little bit to do with it, or also just,
Is there a page that they can go to? I know you can go to Shanshika
yeah, they have
Clark, and they also have the Beauty Brunch.
yeah, the beauty ministry page
Okay,
on Facebook. They
on
can go there,
Facebook.
get all the updates and stuff. But if you can't find it there, you can also go on my sister's page, and she could.
Mm-hmm.
Clark.
And can
So
get it
that's
there.
the information there. This is Kira. Okay, Kira. Yeah.
So yep. And so last year again it was sold out. I think the year before that it sold out.
Yeah, so but definitely, I know a couple of the sisters at the church said they already bought their tickets.
Let me ask you this, because this is What's Love, and this is a platform where we, try to enhance the, relationships. If my wife got a ticket to go to the beauty brunch, could she potentially come back home a better wife, and our relationship be enhanced as a result of her going to such a event?
Absolutely. Because
Okay.
I think at times with the beauty brunch, or you know, going to this beauty brunch, you learn a lot about yourself, and even get some self, you know, stuff that you need to resolve within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you resolve some things within yourself, you come back a better person, because now you don't have that anger. Now you don't have that depression or whatever that may be, happening or going on with you, because you have either released it, or you either found the root problem of what's going on with you. So then you
Okay.
don't bring your baggage back home with, to your spouse or to your partner, whatever may be the case. So yeah, you can come back definitely enlightened, refreshed, and a better person.
That's good. That's good. So some of the brothers that's watching tonight, you might want to say, the link is in the comment section. So you might want to click on that link and get that ticket for your wife. It may be the best thing you've done for her, and Lord knows how long. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Um, not trying to throw you underneath the bus, babe. But I do understand and know that beauty is actually an acronym.
It
Uh,
is
and is it becoming,
being
being
evolved,
evolved, and T? And what's the U? Do you remember?
being
Uh,
unity,
okay, so
being evolved.
being evolved.
Uh, why do I know that part? Unity transform you. Why can I not know
Okay,
the A?
being evolved as unity transforms you. Is that it? Shanshika, where you at, homegirl? Where you at? We need all wives to go there. I'm with you on that, mate. So he said, shoot, we need all wives. Every wife need to be up in there. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
That's what it is. I don't know why I don't know the E. The A.
There we go. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Being evolved as unity transforms.
Okay, see, come on now. Give me some credit now. Give me some credit now. Drum roll. Okay, so being evolved as unity transforms you. Okay, good deal. See, sometimes we evolve, but we still need unity to be transformed. It's the unity part that transforms us. No man is an island unto himself, and sometimes, you need to be among some other sisters and some other brothers, depending on, what the case may be. So check it out. Now you've been you're evolving, but it is the unity that transforms you, because sometimes as you evolve, it can bring about a level of confusion, because you're like, well, because you're no longer who you used to be.
That's right.
And the unity, many a times, will allow you to embrace the new you. And that unity comes from your other brothers and sisters. Again, that's why no man is an island unto himself. So, what we need to do is, Shanshika, we want to get you and Mr. Clark on the platform. If not next week, very soon, certainly before the beauty brunch. And let's talk beauty brunch stuff. Let's talk about it and the importance of it, and how it can help how it can potentially help a marriage.
Yeah, it's definitely can help a marriage.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen them women. They ain't going there to gossip.
No.
Nah, they're going there. They're having an encounter with God. Every year I hear the testimony about the powerful word that goes forth, not only as God is using the speakers, but the word in terms of God speaking to the different women that are there. And a little birdie has it that a lot of brothers are trying to get in and help and do things around to be of assistance, but are being blessed as well. So, I mean, you might see me with a chef hat on, or better yet, I'll stick to my forte, and I'll be there to wash the dishes. Oh gosh. So let's see here. Good night, Meso. Thank you for joining us on tonight, man. He says good night. Punch in time. Keep pressing forward. Yeah, I'm about to punch out right now. So Shanshika, congratulations, you and all those who are, a part of the beauty brunch. And little Rivali Faith is gone. She heard Daddy asking about where she ain't sleeping. She said, "I better go to sleep."
Sleep.
She all the way gone. All right, so we're gonna get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, saints and saints, everybody, including Lottie Dottie. Lady McIver, take us out of here.
Remember, happy spouse,
Happy house.
Y'all have a good night.
Amen. We love you guys.
We have a community that we have to take care of. We have kids that are depending on us. I call them my scholars, I call them my future leaders, because that's what they are. And I let them know, don't forget about where you were raised. Be proud of where you come from and give back. It seems more family in Riverview Gardens. It would just be wonderful to get some people to get some of those jobs and help us get these scholars where they need to be. There's a new view on the horizon. where learning is required.
How y'all doing tonight?
Shout out to Retro Philosophy
Y'all good?
Show. This is episode.
Come on. Everybody lift your voices up tonight. He's worthy. Somebody say yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody say yeah, yeah. Come on. Somebody say yeah, 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 yeah. Somebody say yeah, yeah. Listen, when you come into the presence of the Lord, I need a rock, and you lift up holy hands, yeah. And you make a joyful noise to him. It's okay if some people don't understand. Sing it again. When you walk into the presence of the Lord, and you lift up, come on, put your hands up tonight, put them up, say, and you make a joyful noise to him. It's okay if some people don't understand.